Hello, everyone. My name is Michelle Quach, and thank you for joining me this evening as I present the strategic marketing plan for my new business and childcare services. So, the name of our business is called Bright Minds Childcare Services, and we're a center for children based on social responsibility towards our community, the family that we serve, and our dedicated staff. So allow me to talk a little bit more about Bright Minds Child Care Services. We are a center of excellence in child care, particularly during a time when parents are often seen navigating the complexities of being able to balance work and a family life. Our child care center serves as a solution, offering both full-time and part-time options for school-aged children. We are dedicated to fostering an environment where the children can learn safely and develop essential social skills, all while prioritizing their emotional well being and happiness. This commitment positions Bright Minds Child Care Services not just as a service, but as a community pillar that supports the developmental needs of children during their most formative years. Let's take a look at the market overview. In this slide are a couple of bullet points that we'll review. But just as an overview, the childcare industry is a vital component within the American economy, not just in terms of employment, but also in its contribution to the overall well being of families. With the industry projected to grow significantly in the coming years, Bright Minds Child Care Services is perfectly positioned to meet the increasing demand of high quality, reliable child care. In the first bullet point here, we'll see that the U.S. child care market size is estimated at a U.S. of 61.7 billion in 2023. North America continues to lead the global child care market, which captures a market share of about 41.2% in 2023. We see that there will be a compounded annual growth rate of 4.6% from 2024 to 2033. More than 14.4 million children under the age of 6, so approximately 67% of the children in the world, have all available parents in the workforce. So, what does that mean? That means that children under the age of 6, about 67%, have parents that are back at work, leading them to be able to be cared for while they're at school or through daycare facilities or after school programs because their parents are working full time. And here's a concerning fact: about 2.7 million parents change jobs due to childcare issues. These are all driven by an increased workforce that has returned to the office after working from home after COVID 19. There's been a rise of single parent households, and there's a need for flexible childcare options to accommodate the device schedules of modern families. Additionally, we're seeing a lot of women returning back to the workforce during this time when there's a little bit of a movement. Um, Women in the workforce has definitely seen labor participation, and with that, it stimulates the growth and prosperity through economic stability, job security, and of course, consumer spending. So let's talk a little bit more about our customer. Our customer persona here, we identify with needs of parents between the ages of 20s to late 30s. They have school aged children between the ages of 5 and 17. And they have about a household income of $100,000 or more. When we think about their schedule, it's pretty busy. They work an 8 to 5, oftentimes away from home within maybe a 10 to 15-mile radius, sometimes more. And these long shifts at work really prevents them from being able to care for their children at home. They get back home around 6 p.m. after a long day and typically are making dinner and or just spending a few precious hours with their kids. When we think about the customer persona, some motivations. Let's talk about financial security. So within financial security, our customers are looking for money saving ways to be able to invest in their child's future. They value quality education. Parents want to be able to receive high quality care and early education for their kids. This is crucial for Bright Minds services because we emphasize this with our curriculum, within our staff qualifications, and within our overall learning environment. Additionally, they value their time. They look for convenience and streamlined processes. So having an efficient drop-off and pickup process is going to be ideal. Let's talk a little bit now about some of the concerns that parents may have. There's always going to be a concern when it comes to the quality of care. Parents want assurances that their child will receive quality education and emotional support. Again, I mentioned staff qualifications, our curriculum, and our learning environment will help with the quality of care. Next, we think about health and hygiene, particularly during this time after COVID 19. Parents are expecting a facility that has an appropriate level of cleanliness, proper nutrition, and health protocols. Having a facility that is able to handle these type of illnesses and emergencies will be a concern for parents. Safety and security. Parents want to make sure that wherever they're leaving their children, that they are in a safe, secure environment. We will be performing background checks for all of our staff and securing our premises at all times to ensure that we provide this for our families. And lastly, when it comes to concerns, we think about affordability and cost. Parents want to be able to balance quality with affordability, and this is a challenge for many families. So, ensuring that we have transparent pricing, in addition to payment plans as well as referral bonuses, is going to heavily uh, influence our our parents. Speaking of influences, some of these online reviews are definitely ones that we want to consider that will help change and be able to influence the minds and the choosing and buying powers of our customer. Local parent feedbacks, the conversations that they may have um, at the grocery market while they're waiting in line, or possibly while they're taking their kids out to the park and playing and sitting on a bench having a conversation. These parents' feedback will also help um, increase our engagement with parents as well. And lastly, family suggestions. So now let's talk a little bit more about the products and services that we offer here at Bright Minds Child Care Services. We are going to be located in a residential neighborhood serving the greater Rancho Cucamonga community. We are going to be serving the communities that are developing close to 210 and 15 freeways near Rancho and surrounding cities like Fontana, Ontario. There are over 71,000 school-age students living within a 10-mile radius of our facility. For every staff to child ratio, we have one staff member for every 10 children, professional child care workers with extensive training and education in early child and children development. We also offer transportation services from school to the facility, as well as offering health conscious food offerings at every snack and mealtime, and really taking a holistic approach of how we are helping our family with their pride and joy by offering STEAM classes and technological literacy. Unlike most of our competitors who may, may suffer from high staff turnover, we pride ourselves on being able to hire dedicated professionals that are looking for a long-term career within child care and child development. This approach will definitely ensure that we are minimizing any type of frequent staff change and maintaining a safe and comfortable environment for our children and their parents. Earlier, I mentioned where we would be located in a residential. We will be providing our services directly to our clients from a centrally located facility in a very quiet neighborhood. It's on a property that has plenty of space to accommodate our operations and it's close to the major freeways. The convenience of our location within a 10-mile radius of where our target demographic lives or works will provide parents with the seamless part of their daily lives. Um, like I mentioned earlier, there are two new large developing communities that are situated blocks away from where we are, including several elementary and middle school for quicker pickups and drop offs to the facility. Our approach to promotion media and advertising and community engagement is really going to be both comprehensive and strategic. We're looking to blend traditional methods with modern digital techniques to really create a robust marketing plan. So, of course, we'll have a website. We are going to go the traditional route of being able to have an organic word of mouth from satisfied parents, complementing this with distributions of informative brochures, which will really allow us to be able to distribute around the community and to lay a solid foundation for engagement through our reach. Um, Additionally, we will be expanding our social media platforms such as Instagram, Facebook, Yelp. We're looking to have sponsored ads through Google, Nextdoor, Care.com. Some traditional methods here, but we'll be looking at newsletters and putting ads in the local newspaper. And of course, last but not least, being able to host some community events through the Chamber of Commerce. Now we're going to go into expected costs. So, when running a child care service business, there's quite a bit of cost in starting up, and it's going to be a significant investment. The cost will vary due to the location, the size, and the amount of staff that will require. Initially, there will be a startup cost that will include owner's equity of about $80,000. We'll also be seeking out a business loan of approximately $120,000 for a total of $200,000. The expenses that will be covered with this is really setting up the facility, purchasing the equipment, obtaining all of the necessary licenses. We'll also have some potential additional costs with renovating the facility to ensure that it's compliant and meets the standards. And of course, licensing. Licensing can be costly, and as well as business insurance overall, so that will also be a factor. Some other expenses that will be taken into consideration with the initial startup is going to be costs such as rent, vehicle expenses, including but not limited to gas, monthly loan, insurance, and registration. It's also going to cover the accounting and legal fees, advertising expenses. We cover utility expenses, telephone, internet, and of course, our um, business insurance payments. While there are some government and state funding through grants and SBA loans, as well as community fundraising, we believe that having a strong and stable startup fund will ensure that we have financial stability and success. Some expected outcomes, starting a childcare businesses can be rewarding and challenging. So, some of the expected outcomes and goals that we have for ourselves will be first reaching full enrollment by the end of the first year. We know that when it comes to initial growth, it's going to take some time to reach that enrollment. Most centers operate at about a 50 to 60% capacity for the first 6 months. So our goal is to be at 100% by the end of the year. This is going to come with a lot of patience, effective marketing strategies, are all things that we are considering. Next, we have evaluate and optimize the average cost per child. Our goal is about $6,000 per child, reducing operating costs by 30% in the first year. Operating our customers understand that there are many fees that will come through um, just through supplies and investments with some of the key furnitures that we'll be purchasing. We want to make sure that once we have it all in place after the first year, that some of these operating costs will be reduced because those are long-term investments. Next, we'll move over to foster parent engagement. We're looking to host quarterly open houses. In conjunction with that, we'll be thinking about expanding our community relationships and participating in community events quarterly. This would be found through joining the Chamber of Commerce, small business associations within our community, and being able to help host and or be involved with any of the events that are happening around the city. And lastly, is increase our staff satisfaction to reduce the turnover rate. So, in conclusion, our commitment to the community goes way beyond our center. We firmly believe in the power of collaboration and open communication to enrich our program and enhance the child care experience. While we are aware that there are challenges posed by local competition, um, including but not limited to ongoing concerns about health, safety, and regulatory compliance, we believe that our proactive approach and unwavering commitment to ACCOS will allow us to be able to overcome these hurdles. We'll have our project partnerships with schools, community centers, and local businesses to not only enhance our services but also to enhance and strengthen our ties to the community. Um, Quality and community is at the heart of Bright Minds services, and we thank you very much for listening and hope that you're able to spread the good word. Thank you so much.